everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today, if we are staying up live, hopefully this is going to be live and it's going to work out okay. We're not going to get kicked out again. Having computer problems just now, but it seems stable this morning. I kind of got up just as early as normal, 5 o'clock, but I set everything up around about 5:30, and it seems to be stable. There's nothing sticking, it's not kind of slowing down or anything, and I've kind of cleaned it all out as much as I can. So hopefully we're going to stay on live today, but we'll see what happens. But before we go on, if you would like to give this a thumbs up and just go down to that like button and crush the likes, that would be fantastic. And if you can double click on the notification icon as well, so you're going to get notified. So now YouTube have changed it, so you're going to, if you click on that notification bell, if you haven't done so before, it'll ask you if you want to see all my updates or just some of them. So if you can do that as well, that would be fantastic. And I also want to tell you, just before we go on, I'm going to jump over to share the screen. I also want to tell you about our kind of premium group. Our premium group is closing to new members on the 31st of May. So at the end of this month, you've got 9 days. It's closing to new members. Existing members just carry on as normal and keep paying the same price as normal. Nothing's going to change there. But it's going to close down on the 31st of May and it's going to reopen at the end of July. So I'm going to do a relaunch of it. It's going to be different pricing structure. It's going to be more expensive, just slightly more expensive. Well, it is going to be more expensive, but any existing members will just keep the same membership level, so you don't need to worry about that. So I just want to show you some of the calls I've made in the premium group just now. So this is for May. So we can see in May, the biggest one obviously being Matic here at 795% gain profit, and the average profit on each call is 39% so far. Obviously Matic has kind of thrown that up, but you might be you could be forgiven to say that Matic was just a fluke. So we can look at Seller. That got 156. I called that 127 on May the 14th. It went up to 326, got 156%. Data called on the 13th, 245, went up to 386 for 57. And I haven't updated these yet, so they might be higher. The latest one, TNT, called that on the 19th of May, which was only 3 days ago. Called it 251, it went up to 440, 75% up, and it looks as if it's going higher as well. Hot, called out 25, went up to 29, 16%. BNB has gone up 14% as well. It did get up to 414,000. I expect that to go higher as well. And there's a few others there. Zen went up 41%, Qtum 15%. So that's the latest calls in the premium group. So if you want to join us in the premium group, you can do. We're closing down to new members on the 31st of May, and we'll be reopening on July the 22nd, I think the week will be. The end of July anyway. We'll be opening that back up. So it'd be fantastic if you could join us over there. There's been a lot of people commenting on the previous video. I'll share a link with you down the video for some testimonials as well. And there's a lot of testimonials in the previous video. So I'll check that out with you. But for now, we're going to jump over to the chat area and see if we're live. I'm just going to make sure everything is set up. Okay, it is indeed. Okay, Gary Stewart's in the house, Nels Bill, Mark Innes, Crypto Don Wan is in, Mervyn Skidmore, Young Buck Chewy, Sean Dubs is in, Honest Crypto Journey, I donated today, Emma Chips Bag is in, Marcus Jafari, IoT Financial, Justin Churchill, Stephen King, and Mr. Swanfield is in, Doug Anton, Gino Dow, Natasha Sakamoto, and G-Slick, I think I mentioned there, I hope. G-Slick's in, Ferris Alcazid is in, Mac Powen, Mitch Dieter, and Nikki Sheldrake has just joined us as well. So good to see you here. Just take a wee sip of my coffee. So this is our coffee and crypto time. So we're going to jump in just now. Andreas has just joined us as well. So good to see you, Andreas, and good to see everybody else. I'll get to some of the comments as well. But first of all, we'll jump into Crypto Bubbles. What's happening in Crypto Bubbles over the last 24 hours? We have BSV. Craig the Fake is up. His coin is up 72% over the last 24 hours. And we can see here it's kind of mostly green. Mostly green, there's a few exceptions. PundyX, Hot, gone back down, BTT gone back down, Solve gone back down as well. They all had run-ups as well. PundiX, not so much a run-up, but did get to 11 Satoshi or something like that. Okay, so what's happening over the last hour? This will give us an indication of where we're kind of heading. We've got Newton is up 59% a week, 3.39% on the hour. ETP, Metaverse ETP is up 2.77%. Engine Coin is starting to move. I called that one as well a couple of days ago and it started to move, which is good. 3.46% on the hour, 17% on the day. Engine Coin, where did we call that at? 2112, so it's up 15% already, which is cool. Back to Crypto Bubbles. So overall, it's kind of turning reddish. Overall, it's turning red here, which is not bad. They're not huge numbers. They're going down. It's just small percentage points, but the overall kind of arching kind of theme there is red at the moment. So what we can do is we'll nip over to the overall marketplace, see what's happening on CoinMarketCap. Okay, Bitcoin $7,924 dollars. So it's hovering around that 8,000, and we're going to look at the BTC chart as well in a wee second. So we'll look at that a little later. So overall market capitalization is 249 billion. It has been higher than that, but is staying stable, relatively stable, around about the 250 billion mark. Bitcoin dominance down slightly to 56.3%. I think we're going to have a run in the alts, so we're getting a run in the alts just now. We have been, not majorly, but we have been on a lot of the alts, certainly on Binance and a lot of the other exchanges as well. So I think that's going to continue, and I think it's going to get bigger as well, this run in the alts. Unless Bitcoin just kind of really falls big time. I think we're going to get a good run in the alts. Okay, so who's the kind of winners and losers? Bitcoin SV, we said 71%. Digibyte up 18%. Engine Coin, Bitcoin Gold, Zilliqa, Bitcoin Diamond, all in double-digit greens, which is good to see. Okay, what's the percentage? We have about 60% in the green, 40% in the red. Solve down 10%, BitTorrent down 8%, Hollow, PundiX, VestChain, Aurora, VeChain, Raven, Coin, Monero, and Wax, all down, but not by a huge amount, and most of them have had big run-ups, so that's not that bad. Okay, this is overall kind of market. We've got 2,194 cryptocurrencies now listed on CoinMarketCap. I don't know if you remember, a couple of weeks ago we had about just over 2,089 or something. So we've got another 100 over a couple of weeks. So it's getting bigger all the time, this space. Okay, so this is for cryptocurrencies or projects that have traded over 10,000 volume worth over the last 24 hours. So ShareX has gone up 1,439%. So 14x, $1 in, $14 back. It's gone up. Market capitalization of only 2.48 million. So that has gone up big time. Don't know about ShareX, never heard of it. 67,000 volume and gone up 1,400%, which is pretty amazing. Ormeus coin up 847%. Put $1 in, get $8.50 back. So that is 23,000 volume with 38 million market capitalization. And Data Wallet up 85%, 160,000 volume, which is good. And that's 2.3 million market capitalization. So we look at these because this is where we can find some hidden gems as well. Data Wallet might be worth looking into. Trado, 18,000 volume, 79% up. So you'd have a quick look at that just to see kind of what it's doing. Titan coin is up. Webcoin, that seems to make it to the top quite a few times, then comes back down again. So some of these coins you can go in and go out, but the liquidity is not that high. TNT up 44%, traded $16 million worth. That's obviously on Binance as well. Other ones, Odua, 42% on 62,000 volume. Crypterium, you see that name coming up quite a lot as well. Consentium, 2.5 million volume. So I don't know what the market capitalization is. Okay, we'll jump back to the chat. We have Rob Fiddler is in the house, the Stormkeeper is in, Richard Cooper is in, David Claydon is in, Kukla is in this morning, good to see you Kukla, High Plains Drifter is in, Natasha Sakamoto, Steve Banner, mildly annoying, and we know all that. Sorry. What banner is mildly annoying? Ah, the banner. Right. Have I still got that on? I thought I'd taken that off this morning because it was annoying me when I was kind of watching the videos back just to make sure. I have. Right, 1 wee second, because that was annoying me this morning as well. Banner off. So thanks for pointing that out. I looked at it this morning, I thought I turned it off. I must have switched it back on. Mitch Dieter, sorry Steve, how do we obtain Harmony before the launch? You cannot obtain Harmony before the launch. We're going to talk about that as well. So you can't get in it. There might have been a private sale before, but it was private, whereby we wouldn't have been able to get in anyway. But you cannot get it before the launch. Obviously, you can get it on the Binance Launchpad. I'll go into that just now, actually, because I was going to talk about that anyway. So we'll just go on to it just now. Okay, so we'll go on to Launchpad. I'm going to Harmony. So all the details have been kind of released for this. So what's happening from now up until 27th, midnight the 27th of May, Binance are going to start recording how much Binance you've got. So you've got to have, this is a lottery kind of style draw for Binance. So you can get $300 worth if you get one of the winning lottery tickets. So you could get up to 5 lottery tickets. And you might win 5 lottery tickets, but chances are it might only be 1 if you even get one. So there's going to be 16,666 people that can take part in this. It's a lottery draw. You've got to have, on average, over the 7 days, at least 100 Binance tokens or Binance coins, BNBs, in the account on average. So you'd need to have, on average, 100 per day. So you just leave 100 in, and it takes a snapshot at midnight, kind of every night for the 7 days or the 8 days, and just averages it out. If you've got 100 in there on average, you'll get the chance to get 1 lottery ticket. If you've got on average 500, you get the chance to go in for 5 lottery tickets, increasing your chances of kind of getting there. So you're going to be able to buy with $300, 94,488. It doesn't seem that much, but if it it goes up, kind of quadruples, 5x's or 10x's or whatever. $300 and it goes up 5x, you've got $1,500, plus obviously you can buy when it comes out on the exchange as well, and usually it's the same day that it comes out. So that's all going to happen around about the 27th, 28th. On the 28th, that's when the ticket claims close, and the winning tickets are announced on the 28th as well, and you'll be able to come on to the market then as well. So you need to get the BNB tokens. So that's why BNB is probably going to rise as well. Where are we just now? BNB is at nearly 400,000. Well, it is 400,000 at the moment. It's up 11%. I think that was one of the other ones we kind of mentioned in the group. Yeah, 362,000 in the premium group. So you're going to have at least 100 BNB to get in on that. But do I think Harmony is going to be worth it? Yes. Yes, I definitely do think it's going to be worth it. I'm just going to show you this one. CryptoLark done a couple of brilliant interviews lately with Matic and with Harmony as well. So if you check out, I'm going to put the video there. I'm not going to kind of play it for you here, but this is more a technical kind of video as well. It talks about kind of deep sharding with Nick White from Harmony as well. But the team on paper looks amazing. On paper, it looks absolutely amazing. But have a kind of watch of this interview. It's for half an hour. I kind of watched it this morning about kind of 6 o'clock, 6:30. I thought this just kind of strengthened my belief in what kind of Harmony were doing and the team behind it as well. And just, it's more, it's like a Cardano kind of thing. It reminds me of Cardano. I'm talking about the team, the intelligence of the team as well. Doesn't mean to say it's going to make a lot of money, but I think it is going to solve a lot of kind of problems as well. So if you watch this, I'll put the link for you. So go to CryptoLark. Definitely sign up to CryptoLark. If you've not done it already, definitely sign up. One of my favourite YouTubers. kind of since the start, since I came in, CryptoLark has always been there as well. Same with DataDash as well. DataDash has kind of fallen off a wee bit on my radar. CryptoLark is still relevant, is still doing good stuff as well. Really, really like them. Same with Crypto Revolution, if you've not signed up for Crypto Revolution as well. So definitely sign up with Crypto Revolution and CryptoLark and DataDash as well, and a few others as well. Still like Superman, still entertains me. But yeah, have a check out of that for Harmony. I think this is going to be big. When it comes out on Harmony, it's probably going to be around about, so the total token supply is 12.6 billion. And we know that, so I'm just going to see how many. The hard cap is $5 million. Total tokens allocated to Binance Launchpad is 1.5 billion. But I think there's going to be more than that. It's going to be about 22% overall of this. So I reckon it's going to be about 10 million market cap. So it's a very, very low market capitalization for this, for what it's doing. And I think the partnerships they've kind of made already. And they're talking about the kind of gaming industry as well. If you watch that interview, they're talking about partnerships with a broad spectrum of people. It's not, it's kind of agnostic. So it's really quite an amazing kind of project. When you look at it on paper, I think this could be really, really big as well, and could go up to 50 million, probably get into the top 100, I would imagine, with a 50 million market cap. And then in the future, we'll see where it goes from there. But very bullish on Harmony as well. And we've seen what's happened with Matic. Matic still think is a brilliant project. There's still only 57 million market capitalization. It's gone down just now. Is it going to go back up? Probably. And it's at 308 at the moment. Is that a good price to get in? I'd leave it for the moment and just walk away just now. Somebody was asking me at around about the 550 mark, should I get back in on it? I'm just saying walk away, get the emotions out of your trading. Just walk away. There's always going to be other opportunities, and Matic will come back. But is this the right time? No, it's kind of dropping off just now. So it could be a brilliant time to get in, but I'll just wait and see till it just chills out a wee bit. But still only a 50 million market capitalization. This is easily going to be $1 billion market capitalization in the future. So we're still talking about a 20x from here even as well. A lot of people have made a lot of money. I've made a lot of money from it as well. Really grateful. I wished I'd kept the money in, or kept the tokens in, and because I did think this was going up to 500 Satoshi. Kind of mentioned that as well. I thought this is a 10xer, but it just went up too quick, and I've just kind of thought, okay, I'm going to take my 120% profit plus other trading profits I got in and out of as well. So really grateful for Matic, but I just think it's a brilliant project as well, and they're working. It's almost a working project just now, which is brilliant. So I think the same is going to happen with Harmony as well. Okay, just on that then, we'll just have a look at kind of what's happening on Binance. TNT is the highest one, up at 413. Just now, I don't know, 440 is still the highest there. DNT, AST has gone up with the news as well. I think that was Crypto Revolution that kind of broke news about an AST partnership as well. WPR has gone up 15%. Somebody mentioned that in the premium group this morning as well. ENJ has gone up, Engine Coin. So there's a couple of pages. Well, there's only one page probably in the red. Yeah, about 1.5 pages in the red on Binance. So we're definitely getting a run on the alts just now. So it's looking good for the alts. Just jump back. G-Slick, damn it, I knew I should have got some new. Yeah, it's gone up again. Donny John Matthew, morning Steve. Finally, BNB broke out of the 30-cent resistance. $30, do you mean? I take you mean the $30. Yeah, so BNB looks fantastic. We'll just look at BNB just now before we go into... In fact, yeah, we'll look at BNB, then we'll go to the BTC chart. So this is BNB Satoshi value, 399,000 Satoshi just now. A lot of people still think it's 39,000. It's not, it's 399,000 Satoshi. So it's coming up to the million mark. And I still think it's going to get to the million mark as well. BNB.
but not within the next couple of weeks. But I do think it's going to hit 500,000. This 500,000 level is up here. It has got to 481,000, but I do think it's going to get to 500,000. However, we'll look at on USD, and the value on USD just now, we've got $31.63. So it's hitting highs all the time. Its all-time high was $33. I think it's going to go above that. I think we're going to hit about $40. So this is a $40 mark. And we'll just put a horizontal line here at $40. And we'll change that settings. Just go to 40. So this is the $40 mark. The $40 for BNB is absolutely amazing. You can think about it. And I've been saying for ages, since it was about $5-6, this is a $100 coin waiting to happen. And I keep asking myself as well, if I genuinely believe that, and I do genuinely believe it's a $100 coin waiting to happen, why did I not get it kind of $5 or $6? Because I like the trading. I like the trading. And that's why I didn't get in. Nobody's asked me that questions, but it was down here at $4.07 just recently. We're talking only 4 or 5 months ago. And it's kind of 10x from there. And if you think where it was before even that, it's just gone up thousands of percent. What was it before? We just need to go to auto. We're talking 65 cents. 65 cents it was before. I don't even know if it was, what's the lowest it's been? 22, no, that's 2 cents. So we'll just go here, 7.5 cents. What is the percentage gain on that? 4,339% gain. Put a dollar in, get $43 back. That's what it's been. So $31.68 at the moment, 65. I think this is going up to $40 soon rather than later. Then I think we'll go up to the $50. I just think it's going to go parabolic, and it's just going to hit that $100, and there's going to be a momentous kind of occasion for them. For it to do that, it would kind of have to double up. To go to $100, it would have to go over the 1 million Satoshi mark, and I think it's going to do that. You've got to remember they're actually making money. Binance are actually making money, and this is why they can come out with the likes of margin trading. They can come out with charities they've got going as well. I know a lot of people don't like CZ. I personally do. I think the way he does business is just an amazing way to do business. He's community focused. It's all about the community. It's all about kind of being transparent, open. This is everything you need in a leader. Just totally the opposite of kind of Justin Sun, in my opinion. And I'm not putting Justin Sun down. I think the way he markets is kind of a unique way of doing it. It gets the job done. It's just there's no integrity there. There's no integrity. There's no genuineness. There's no authenticity there. The CZ is just totally different, in my opinion, obviously. So with Binance, I think we're going to go up big time. I think we're going to hit the $40 quite soon. Then we're going to hit the $50 for Binance as well. And to get to $50, we're talking about maybe 600k Satoshi. Unless kind of Bitcoin goes up to $10,000, obviously it'll get there quicker as well. So you'll have a double whammy with this. So it's always good to have BNB as well, and not just for the IEOs. Okay, so we'll look at Bitcoin just now. What's happening with Bitcoin? BTC USD. So we're on Bitstamp, so 7,914. So we're hovering. We're still hovering around this kind of 8,000 level. We're skirting with it just now, and it could kind of go either way here. It's fallen obviously to 6,178 a couple of days ago, but it's just hovering over the last 3 days, and it's just kind of tantalizingly it's on the edge of a cliff just now. I don't know if it's going to go up, but it's not broken the 8,400. It just can't break through 8,400 just now. It's tried a couple of times. It's just not doing it. So if it does that, then I'm confident it's going to go up again to the 10,000, 11,000 mark that I've been talking about. But if it doesn't do that soon, I don't know where we're going to go from here. Nobody knows where we're going from here, but it's just looking a wee bit less likely that is going to happen. However, I still get the feeling we're going to go up, but looking at the charts, it doesn't look likely just now. So on the hourly, we're coming back down to cross down over the 50 EMA on the hourly. So we need an upturn from here. I still think we're relatively safe support-wise around about the 7,400, 7,200 level. If we can stay above 7,000. If it broke the 7,000, then obviously it's a different story altogether. But to me, feeling kind of sentiment-wise, I still think we're going to go up. Then we're going to bounce up from here. From a TA point of view, it looks as if we're going to go down. We just have to kind of bear that in mind. And obviously the alts are going to come down with it if it falls down big time. If it stabilises from here and just kind of hovers round about here, we're going to get a run in the alts, I think. But we just don't want it to fall big time. But we don't mind. If it stays around about the 7,900, 8,000, 8,100, 8,200, comes back down, if it stabilises around about that and just trades in a channel, then that's cool. We're going to have a run in the alts. Well, Tangi is in, Scott Greenplate is in. Well, Tangi, BTT soon. Yes, they're talking about BTT. Obviously, that's had a run up as well. With BitTorrent coming out, I don't know if the Tron is going to be able to handle it. We'll soon see though. Chris Cash is in. Is Nano crossing the daily? Greets and crush to like. Thank you very much, mate. So just have a wee look at Nano. Nano Bitcoin. So on the hourly, the daily, it's not looking good on the daily chart. We're on auto here. So I have to kind of come down. So I use the daily, the 4 hourly, the 1 hourly, then you go down to the minutes. So it's not looking good on the 4 hours, on the 1 hour, just kind of hovering just now on the 1 hour. So to me that would be a, we'll take a look later on just to check it out for Nano. Purely from a trading point of view, not a fundamental point of view. FTM thoughts. FTM, a lot of people have been talking about FTM. And I wish I'd gone sooner for FTM. I'd looked at even at kind of ICO stage when you couldn't actually, a lot of people I think they ended up being a private one for Phantom. I'd looked at ICO stage back in 2018. But it was 5 million market capitalization. We looked at it beginning of March. We've looked at it for a while actually. I didn't get in to this, but it's gone up 5x from here. Is it still a good one at 5 after it's gone up 5x? Yes, but would I wait? I'd probably wait a wee bit, just if you're going to get back in again. But for the long term, it'd just be a case of, yeah, if you get in just now, I think it's going to be worth a lot of money in the future for Phantom. And I know a couple of our premium members are in Phantom. Marcus is on, his KuCoin is the biggest one. Social has got good kind of social. I kind of do updates a lot as well. And so this is one, I think this is one of the better DAGs kind of out there. So Phantom is a DAG, a directed acyclic graph-based smart contract platform that aims to solve the scalability issues of distributed ledger technologies. Can't even speak there. The project's mission is to provide compatibility between all transaction bodies around the world and create an ecosystem which allows real-time transactions and data sharing with low cost. The platform aims to differentiate itself with Lachesis protocol, which will be integrated with Phantom Opera Chain, and the goal is to support the development of DApps that to enjoy instant transactions and near zero transaction cost for all users. So I think this is going to be huge in the future as well. It's big just now. Would I buy it just now? Long term, for the long term, yes. For trading, no. Not for trading, but for long term, definitely. So yeah, I think FTM is a great project, or it looks to be a great project. And Binance 2.0, yeah, I think Binance 2.0, I think they were talking about margin trading there. And I was saying to somebody yesterday in the premium group as well, if you think about how much volume is on BitMEX because of the margin trading, but you take the volume and add an element of trust a much higher trust factor than BitMEX has got. Nobody trusts BitMEX. A lot of people trade on BitMEX because it's probably the best one out there just now for margin trading, but they don't trust it. They don't trust the company. They don't trust what they're doing. They don't trust these kind of spikes you've got in the market as well, which kind of closes out a lot of people's position or just liquidates them. So you're going to have the trust factor there with Binance. It's still margin trading at the end of the day, and it's not kind of recommended unless you kind of know what you're doing as well. But it's market trading. It's going to bring the volume to Binance, and it's going to be worth billions of dollars for Binance. That is what's going to make it go over 1 million Satoshi. That's what's going to make it go over $100. I think this is going to be huge for Binance. And I think it's well going to overtake kind of BitMEX as the platform to use for margin trading. And it's going to bring a different class as well. Not a different class, that's the wrong word to use. It's going to bring a different type of trader to Binance. Bigger traders, you're going to get bigger, you're going to get institutional investors coming in as well for this. So yeah, I think it's going to be huge in the margin trading for Binance. Gino Dow bought up a nice bag of BTT, 300k. I have a feeling BTT going up 300%. BTT launching at the end of June. Yeah, BTT does look good. I just don't know if the network is going to be able to handle what they're kind of trying to do. So looking at the order books between 14 and 15, it looks as if it's going to go 15, 16. So this could swing up any minute. The order books don't really tell you. It only tells you minute by minute because this could change at any point. So it doesn't really tell you that much. So it could be a good one to get in on just now on a daily. I've had a high of 31, so it could easily go up 100% with BTT if you're willing to hold for a couple of weeks. We're going to start to see a run up because of the anticipation of what's happening at the end of June. So it could be good. It could be a good one to trade. Whether it works or not is a different story, but it could be a really good one. I would imagine they'll be working on this day and night just now. Peter van der Wright is in. Gene is in. Like one crushed. Views on NEO, please. NEO, I think, brilliant opportunity just now. I think is an amazing opportunity for NEO at the moment. NEO BTC we'll look at, and then we'll look at NEO dollars. So kind of again, this was I put this in the group in the premium and just kind of called it on the 20th of May. That was 2 days ago at 155,000 Satoshi. Let's go back. What is it just now? It's 153, so it's down a wee bit, but I think it just represents a brilliant opportunity. I think this could do amazing over the coming months or weeks and months, but it's a longer term hold, I would say. I wouldn't say it's a kind of trading hold for 10 days, but I still think you're going to make money for a trading hold, but it'd be a longer term hold, 6 weeks to months. But it just represents a brilliant opportunity, I feel, for NEO as well. NEO, nobody's talking about it. Everybody thinks it's dead. A lot of people are putting it down as well, saying that they're not going to come back. They're just kind of dead in the water. This is when to start looking at projects, when everybody's talking about it like that. Then you start looking at it. Then when you dig deeper and you say NEO 3.0 and there's more money being invested in it, then you think they're going to come back, and they're going to come back big style. So look at NEO USD. I'm going Binance. $12. We've seen it lower than that. We have seen it way down to, I think it's been even lower than that. I'm talking about it recently as well. $5.70. It kind of went up 100% from where it was. That's when kind of Bitcoin obviously was down at 3,200 as well. But yeah, I think this could go up big time as well. So I think we're going to see within a couple of months, I reckon we're going to see $30 for NEO quite soon. That's my opinion, obviously. Do your own research and all that. Put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on. Sean Dubs, is it exactly 100 BNB you need to apply? Could around 100? I got about 86, so just wondering if I should top up. Yeah, if you want to get in on the Harmony launch, remember it's only $300 worth. $300 worth just now. What's that, about 10 BNB just now? Yeah, but I think you need 100 BNB for a lottery ticket. So I would top up, and it needs to be the average over the 7 days. So if you topped up by 14 just now, you're probably going to have to top up by more than 14 because it's the average over the 7 days. So you've probably averaged already 86 over the last 3 days. So you need to top up, I'd say, by about 40 or 50 to get your average, to get to that 100. I hope that made sense. Bernard Ronald is in the house. Hi to you. Donny Don Matthew. Message retracted. Natasha Sakamoto. Click the like. Yes, indeed. Go down to the like button. Hit that like button just now if you like these videos. Celo is rising along with Matic, and both of them fell together. Both of them were IEOs on the Binance Launchpad. Wonder if there was a correlation in this. Yeah, definitely. I think there's something. I don't know if it's underhand, but all the IEOs on Binance were pumping, apart from BTT. But you had Seller, you had Fetch AI, and you had Matic all going up together. They're all at the top three, and they've all fell down together as well. For obvious reasons, because it went up more than 100%. Well, Matic obviously went up much more than that. Same with Seller and Fetch AI. That's why they're falling, and that's why I think they're falling down at the same time as well. But it might have been that they kind of pumped it, whoever it was, from Binance. I don't know. I'm not saying that. Who's foaming in on BSV? Yeah, this guy's at it again. Bitcoin creator Craig S. writes, Satoshi Nakamoto granted US copyright registration for Bitcoin white paper and code. So everybody's making a big deal about this kind of, well, they're not making a big deal, but it's all over the news, obviously, and obviously I'm reporting it as well. You know what I think about Craig, right? But it's just to let you know, I could have done that as well. I could have kind of registered for the Bitcoin white paper and the code. Could have registered for that. Basically what you're doing with the registration is you're just registering your kind of copyright. It's not being copyright granted because you have to prove that. If there's going to be some contention with that, it has to be proven. But anybody could have done that. I could kind of register the universe with that as well for kind of copyright as well. It's just, that's always been granted. It's just been granted a registration, which is totally different from copyright. So it's not that the government is saying he is the one, he is Satoshi Nakamoto. It's just been granted that, and that's an ego thing as well. This is why I don't despise him, that's strong, but I don't like the guy. There's no place for ego in this world. There's no place for ego, especially in this kind of space, the crypto space. It's not about one person. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about for the good of the whole. Obviously, if we can make money as well, we have to think about ourselves first. We think about ourselves first, then we think about kind of others as well. We have to. And that's just the way the world is. That's just the way it should be. So there's no place for ego like Craig Wright. Craig the fake. It's just all ego. And I just think it should be ignored. But this will be the last time I probably ever speak about him, but probably not. It just kind of angers me so much sometimes. It doesn't anger me, to be honest. It gets a rise out of me, and then I just quickly kind of dismiss it. Again, I just think, FUD. Crypto exchange Robinhood files for bankruptcy and alleged exit scam. I was going to report this yesterday as well. This is another kind of bankruptcy for the exchanges as well. This is why it's so important to, if you're going to be trading, buy the coins on the exchange if it's a small one, and then take them off straight away. If it's an ERC20 token, put them in your Ethereum wallet. If not, put them on to cold storage or something. Get them off the exchange as soon as possible. Robinhood has gone down. We've seen, obviously, last week Cryptopia as well. So a lot of these smaller exchanges are just fallen by the wayside. In a way, it's a good thing, but it's not a good thing for the people that had their money on Robinhood. I had the kind of all the coins stored on Robinhood as well. So it looks like an exit scam. We don't know kind of what's happened there as well, but it's filed for kind of bankruptcy as well. So Binance hints that impending margin feature could boost crypto rally. So Binance, this was yesterday, I kind of posted this in the groups yesterday as well. Binance dropped 2.0 graphic, expected to launch margin. So this was yesterday, and this kind of happened as well. So most people are thinking this is to do with margin trading. but they've never really hinted anything. Is there anything else came out today? I don't think there has been. 2 hours, 9 years ago today, the first real world transaction of Bitcoin was made. This is Happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. If you didn't know that already, this was where the guy kind of paid 10,000 BTC for a pizza or two. I think there was an interview with the guy as well on the 60 Minutes, and he said on the interview, when talking about this and thinking about giving away 10,000 BTC, which is a lot of money, he said his shrink doesn't kind of advise him to talk about it. But I would imagine the guy's made a lot of money on the back of doing this as well. Not as much as 10,000 BTC worth, but I would imagine he's made a lot of money as well. That's a Twitter feed. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm not really a lot on Twitter, but I am on Twitter as well, just to CYT-Crypto or Stephen Aitchison. You can find out there. This is kind of the mentions. Price fuck the SEC. So I've got a kind of list there as well. And just keep everybody. I'm going to do a list for Binance coins as well. I've not done that yet. Stephen Aitchison lists. And I'll go to crypto list. So I've had this kind of Twitter feed for a long time since I was in personal development. That's why I've got 10k followers. I've not got 10k followers because of crypto. I've got 10k followers in the old personal development kind of space. So this is all the ones I'm kind of following. CoinDesk. 2 OTC traders in China have been accused of illegally soliciting over 7,000 Bitcoin, now worth 56 million. More bad news. Omar Bam, I like Tim. Ian Belina. You have to keep all these people, see what they're doing. So it's good to make lists of all the kind of crypto people that you're following as well. If you've not done that on Twitter, it's good to do that. Okay, so that's the news. Was there anything else? Yeah, there was one other piece of news. Ron Paul, the US dollar is in a bubble. Bitcoin is an alternative. So Ron Paul is a regular critic of the United States Federal Reserve. We've kind of seen this already, and of the country's economic policy in the past. The libertarian politician has spoken out in support of cryptocurrencies, suggesting that making the digital assets exempt from taxation could help avoid a Fed-created recession. So he's really kind of bullish on Bitcoin, but he's very bearish on the US dollar. And it looks as if it's going to go that way. We've been saying this for months as well, but it could be going that way. Ron Paul says a wealthy person gives you $10,000. You get to choose in which form you'll accept the gift, but there's a catch. You must keep the gift in the form that you choose for 10 years without touching it. Which form would you accept the gift? 2% said Federal Reserve notes. 37% said gold. 50% said Bitcoin. 11% said US 10-year Treasury bonds. That tells you something about the kind of sentiment around Bitcoin and around kind of what's happening with the economy just now. So I thought that was interesting as well. Okay, we'll go back to chat and then we'll go back to some charts as well. Hayden Mayer is in. Welcome to you. Hey Stephen, I just joined. Did you talk about PundX yet? I haven't spoken about PundX. It's just kind of sitting there just now. I don't think there's any more news out as such, or have I missed something? Peter van der Ride. Hey Sean, I believe it's 7-day average, so we're getting one lot. You need at least 350 BNB in there over the time. You should have enough with 86. I have 92. Right, okay, I thought it was 100. So it might, have I got it wrong? Is it for the lottery? I thought it was had to be an average of 100. Now calculate it on each show with it holding. This is calculated as the average balance. Okay, that's fine. User able to sign up. Snapshot, so 100, 100, 100, 100. 8 equals 75 BNB equals 1 ticket. Okay, so it must be, is it 50 BNB? So it must be 50 BNB. For example, 50 to average of 7 periods kept at 50 BNB does not exceed 200 BNB. So I do apologise, I thought it was 100 BNB, but it must be 50 BNB. So you should be okay for one ticket. So I do apologise for that. I said it earlier on, it was 100 BNB. I thought they changed it. So I'm talking mince. And thanks for clearing that up, Peter. CB Norwood, I'd like another year to accumulate. Yeah. Hi, Steve, for having one out of the two. Which would you suggest, having Ethereum or Neo for a better hold right now? I think Ethereum's going to do well. I think Ethereum's going to go over the 300, and we'll go to USD. I think it's going to go over the 300 level soon. Where are we just now? 257. So 300 level, it's just about, can you hear it's nearly touched on it. Didn't quite get there, so I think very soon we're going to get to there. For Neo, a short term as well, where do you see that? There's kind of no news that's going to drive Neo higher as quick. I just think longer term, Neo. I'm going to say Ethereum. I would say Ethereum too. Out of the two just now, I'd say Ethereum just now. Lawrence Matthews is in. Good morning to you, Sean Dubs. Could you take a look at Lend and ZIL, please? ZIL has kind of taken a shoot up at time of 1916. UND. All-time low, coming up as all-time low as well. It's coming up by the 30%, as most of the alts have been doing. They're coming up about 30% of their all-time lows. Daily doesn't look good. 4 hours just coming up over. So this looks to be a good buy at these prices. Fundamentally, I don't know anything. I don't know any news about it, but just purely from a TA point of view, crossed over on the 4 hourly. So this looks to be a good buy. When the alts run, I think we're going to get a lot of these kind of going up 100%, 200%. So this is a good indicator. On the daily, it doesn't look good, obviously. But I would imagine over the next 2 days, that daily is going to cross over as well, as long as BTC holds its price. So I think what can you kind of reasonably expect from Lend as well? And we'll just take it up to is kind of support, which would now be resistance, which would be 185. 185, you probably get, talking about 50%. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks if Bitcoin behaves itself. Zilliqa. Coming up, that jumped up yesterday. We've seen Zilliqa kind of going to the top, up about 40%. Just like one we've seen before at Lend, just coming off its bottom, all-time low, and kind of going up. 4 hours just crossed over to 232. Has it got more to go? It looks like it, yeah. So we've got resistance there at 434. We're probably going to get resistance before then, around about 368. But I think it's a long way to go for Zilliqa. I'm still sus on Tron and BTT. Yeah, kind of same with me as well. I'm kind of the same kind of thinking. Lawrence Matthews managed to increase my BNB 4x with the recent Matic rise. Excellent, excellent. High Points Drift. Apparently Bab's got news coming out Friday alluding to license, possibly. We've not looked at Bab for a long time. I know they had an AMA. I didn't watch it. I'll go to charts. Look at Bab ETH. The EMA didn't do anything with regards to the price. I don't know anything about coming out on Friday. I really hope they do something. Mr. Swanfield, 50 to 100 BNB for one ticket. Right, so it is 50, so my apologies for that. Ferris is saying, what do you think about EOS and BTC, please? And what do you think about Block 1? Announcement on June the 1st. EOS, I know who's been talking about it a lot. Virtual reality, I think it is, in the free group, or in the group, been talking about EOS a lot. I've not really looked into it, to be honest, so I can't really comment on it. I think a lot of people are into EOS. I know that. I don't know why. There's nothing against EOS. I've got nothing against it. I've just not had the inclination to kind of do a deep dive on it or kind of trade in it or hold any of it. Mervyn Skidmore made good gains on Matic, but got complacent on the last trade. Stupid big. Got out at plus 4% last night, but aged 4 years in the process. Moral, don't get cocky. Yes, exactly. It's about normally what happens when we trade a coin like Matic, when you're in and out. So it kind of went up, kind of 100%. You kind of get out, you see it going up, and you think, oh, should I get back in? And you go back in and you make another 10, 20, 30, 40%. And you get out because you've made good gains, and then you see it going up even more, and you think, oh, should I get in? So you get emotional about it, and you tend to stick with that one coin because it's given you such good gains in the past. You think it's going to do it kind of in future, and we're talking about short-term future and short-term past. So you get in and out of it thinking it's going to go, but when you've got a good 100, 200, 300% gain, you just walk away. Even if it goes up, even if it doubles up again, and doubles up again after that, you've got a good 300%. Be happy with that. There's always going to be other opportunities come along. Maybe not as good as this. This was a kind of unicorn event, whereby we're seeing 800% going up, so it was just kind of crazy. I'm a CYT. I am CYT, Steve, and I'll show anyone who says I'm not. CW, yeah, definitely. I got $10, still stuck in Robinhood and can't get it out. Nightmare. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Matic hit 285. So I hit 285. 302 just now. Yeah, it's a case of just 285. That's low. Sean Dobson, you can also have a peep at Hot, please. Yeah, Hot, I recommended Hot at 25. I think that's going to go up a lot very soon as well, but it's 25 again still. It came down a wee bit. What the order book's like. 24, 25. So I was going to get back in yesterday when it was 23, 24 and get back in at 24, but I didn't do it. But the other day it was good. It went up to 29 and I managed to get out to 28, I think. I got in at 25, got out at 28, which is a good percent. Well, a good 12%. So I think it's going to do the same again. I think this is going to jump up as well quite soon. So 25 it's a good time. Be a good time to get into that as well, I think, for HoloChain. Jeff Colhoun, for your information, if you're in the States, can't do the IEO. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. You can't do the Harmony IEO if you're in the United States, unfortunately. So you're going to have to wait on it coming out. But if you can get in on it coming out, not straight away, because it usually kind of price goes high. If we look at kind of Matic, what happens straight away with Matic as well. When it came out on, so it kind of was at about 201 Satoshi, but I think that was just it coming out. That always kind of happens. And it came down to 107, then went down to 64, went up, came down again. And I think the same. I don't think the same is necessarily going to happen with Harmony, actually. I think this is going to come out the gates quite strong and then just start rising from there, if conditions are favourable, i.e. Bitcoin being a good price. Dent is run up as well. What time are we on? We can have a wee look. Dent BTC. So coming up for the daily crossover, which is a good sign. 15 has come up off its all-time low. It doesn't look as if it has that much, but it's come up 50%, about 40 to 50% of its all-time low. And I think with everything they've got going on, I think this could be a good one. On the 4 hourly, it's crossed over. Crossed over at 12. So that'd be a good time to get into Dent. Crossed over with a big kind of pump up. But longer term, I think this is going to do well, and I think you're going to easily get 100% gains from this relatively soon. So Dent is looking good if you're willing to hold. for a wee bit. And who wouldn't be willing to hold for 100% gains? But it could be there's getting into that territory. I think it will. Dent. So this is the order books. So it might go down. It might go down. It's 420 against 242 for selling. So it might go down to 14.15. And so in that case, it might be good to place an order at 15 Satoshi if you're looking to get in then as well and get your order in there in front, as close as possible to the front of the order book. Eric John has joined us. Good to see you here. Wonder for the next IEO on Launchpad after Harmony. We'll observe if there's a pump on the other IEO coins a week before the new IEO launch. If so, then it's a trend to hype the new IEO. Yes, it could well be. Could well be. I think that would be kind of obvious if they were kind of pumping it, or if there was some kind of manipulation behind it. But if you did kind of know that and you're thinking that, then it'd be good to get in all the coins on the IEOs. Hey, any idea why Atomic won't let me send Cardano out even though it shows the hash? Honestly, don't know. You'd need to look at that and kind of ask the community for that, the Atomic community. Barbara McDonald has joined us as well. Stellar. Stellar, so we'll go Stellar Lumens, Binance. This is USDT. So dollar value is definitely a buy, but I'll just put XLM BTC. Right, there we go. So it's coming up for a buy. This has come up with its all-time low as well, probably another about 30% in line with the rest of them, yeah. So it's come up on the 4-hour chart. If we're looking at 4 hours, it did have a rise up. It's bouncing off the 50 EMA, so this looks a good time to kind of buy as well. If we look at from the crossover, yeah, around about the 61.8% Fibonacci level as well. So it looks like perfect time to buy just now again for Stellar Lumens. But obviously always put your stop loss on as well. You never know what's going to happen with BTC or for any of the alts. So it looks like it's going to bounce off the 50 EMA. If it closes down over that and goes down over the 50 EMA, then it becomes a sell. So very kind of precarious position here, but it might bounce. We've had 2 red 4-hourly candles. So just watch out for that. But yeah, it could bounce from here. And remember, it's had that 53% run up already. And Barbara's saying, thank you, my pleasure. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there just now. We'll just go back to Bitcoin, BTC, USD. I'm glad this kind of stream has stayed up today. So Bitcoin price going back up, 7,954. We'll just take a look at some of the kind of Binance tokens as well. Metal, shit. I'm saying that because I looked at it yesterday and was going to call it. Yesterday, I can't remember. Did I call it? I don't think I did. No, I didn't call Metal. Yeah, I looked at Metal yesterday and was going to call it, but I just decided not to call it. It was kind of crossed over and it's gone up a big percentage. Would I presume that has gone up 23%. Yeah, that would have been a good one to call as well, but I didn't actually call it. So I'm going to go back to charts and kind of look again at the charts and make another few calls. So in May, I think we've made 34 calls in May so far. So if you want to join us in a premium group, there's a link down below, and you can join us kind of using PayPal, or you can use your credit card as well. And it's a monthly kind of fee. For that, it's going to be changing. It's going to be closing down on the end of at the end of May, May the 31st. So if you want to lock in these prices just now, you can do. And if you're locked in, that's you're locked in for life at these prices. Unless you leave and you want to rejoin, then it's going to be different. You'll have to go in at the new price if you want to leave and then rejoin. So it's going to be a different pricing structure, but this is the calls. You can verify all of these as well if you want. Just check it out and just to verify the calls that I've made there as well. So if you want to join us in premium group, there's a link down below. We'd love to see you in there. We've had about 5 or 6 new people join us over the last couple of days, which is brilliant to see. And that's all before we kind of close it down to new members on May the 31st. So it'd be brilliant to see you in there. And I'll post a link to the video where I kind of tell you about it, and you'll see some testimonials underneath that video as well in the comments. And thank you for everybody that's left a testimonial as well. I'll kind of ask in the premium group for you to do that again if nobody's done it, if a lot of people haven't done it yet. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate your time here. I know you could be doing other things, but hopefully it's going to be a good trading day today again, and hopefully you can get in the Harmony IEO as well, which is coming out next week. And so get your BNB in there, and hopefully have a good trading day. Okay, until next time, namaste, take care, bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them,